So I asked you guys which story time did you want to see first, and well, these are the results. Alright, that's enough wasting your time. Let's get to the video.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
So me and my mom, we're just riding to pick my sister up because we're just, I don't know, she just wanted to stay with us for the summer or whatever. So we just go and we're picking her up at the bus stop. And I'm referring back to like my over dress code story time where I'm like, I don't know. When I was doing like an unrecognizable test, in one of my Instagram posts. But anyways, so cause I talked about my sister's weight loss journey. So I'm like, maybe she hasn't changed too much. Maybe she hasn't changed that much. But once when I saw her, it was like, listen, the glow up is real. The glow up is real. Okay, glow up. Listen, glow up, bossed up. Which I mean, the only thing that changed is that she's kind of just thick. Cause like she's not like overweight as what she was back then. Cause back then she wasn't like obese or nothing. She was just kind of overweight a little bit. But now she's kind of like thicker. She's not too skinny or nothing like that. But she's like, now more, in a thicker space. Like, basically, it's to the point where, like, she's like, oh, now I'm satisfied with my weight. You know what I mean? Like, we don't look how we look back then, okay? Which, now, if you're watching this, your parents is great, which she watches my videos all the time. So, listen, you're beautiful then, you're beautiful now, okay? But anyways, so we go to the car. She goes to the store to pick up some items, which that's what she usually does, and yada yada. That's on that. We go back home, and basically I'll bring up about how she was gonna go see some man hotel. Yeah, okay. And she's like, oh, that, cause I don't know. My mom told me that did you know your sister got a boyfriend and she's gonna go meet at the hotel or whatever? So, and she shows me a picture of him. Basically, she shows me a picture of him on Facebook or whatever, pretty much. And basically, he was dark skinned, black, whatever. She shows me a picture of him on Facebook. I'm like, oh, yeah, oh, like, I mean, cause honestly, I thought she was dating a white man. I'm like, oh, I thought he was dating a white man. She's like, no. Not really. Cause, and my mom thinking like, oh, I don't know. I thought she was dating a white man. Like, this white guy. He'll have like tan skin, brunette hair. Not necessarily blonde, But, not like pale like a Paul brother or nothing like that. But, brunette, blue eyes. Basically your typical white boy, somebody named Kyle, either a Kyle, a Justin, a Steve, Robert, yeah, basically. We're just talking, before and after dinner about how, like, her getting suspended for being late, which doesn't make sense because she could have gotten attention. Well, listen, me getting suspended for fighting, we're talking about that. Talking about how, she thinks that maybe you think you're a tough person. I'm like, it's not that I think I am, just, it's that I have to be, because of what I went through. Look, it's like if you know me, okay? I'm like, it's like you don't know me at all. She's like, I know you. I'm like, I know that. And, just, I don't know, just talking stuff. And basically, her finding out that I was following her dad, or I friended her dad on Facebook pretty much. She's like, oh, I didn't know you was friends with my dad. I'm like, wait, that's your dad? Because she would always talk about her dad, about him, being a deadbeat, and, how he got her emancipated when she was like 16 or whatever. When she was a teenager or whatever, her dad basically got her emancipated because she didn't want to, or he didn't want, why did I say she? He didn't want to have custody of her, so, he just got her emancipated, all that stuff. So, and basically, I just unfriended him. I unfriended him, and, she's like, why did you do that? I'm like, because, what do you expect? He was a deadbeat father. And also throwing shade at him as well. Like, oh, you did all this, but you couldn't be there for your daughter? Listen. Let me stop right there because I'm spilling way too much tea into this shit. But anyways, the next day, Nye is looking for apartments or whatever. Here in Georgia. Someone just bit me. Dang. So she starts looking for apartments, blah, blah, and all this stuff. Because basically, she wants to move away from Indiana. Because like I said, she plans on moving away from Indiana, my, Q&A video from what I said. Because honestly, Indiana just isn't for her. It just isn't. Indiana, it's a dump. It's a dump to her. She doesn't like being there. It's nothing to do there. And basically, she just said Indiana's just dead to her.
It's dead. Indiana's a dead spot. Place to live.
Indiana just isn't for her. It's basically just what it is. So, and basically, here's where the taking risk part comes in, which we already talking about taking risk before, but yeah. So she's looking through apartments. She's finding apartments. I'm looking through pictures of, tattoos, because, I wanted to get one to basically, represent my mom, per se. I don't know. I just thought about getting one for some reason. I don't know why. Like, somewhere around, like, this area right here. But, yeah. So, I'm looking at pictures of tattoos, of butterflies and caterpillars, whatever. But, yeah. So, she's looking, and, she's looking through apartments and blah, blah, blah. So, she asks, hey, do you want to come with me to, look through apartments and stuff? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, of course. Of course, I'll go with you. Cause why not? You know what I mean? But then like a day later, she's like, oh, they canceled it. I'm like, canceled it? Why? She's like, I don't know. Apparently they canceled it to, like, for some reason to go see the apartments at Section 8. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense at all. And that's why I told my mom, blah, blah, and whatever. And, basically, just, either way, we just talk about random shit. We just talk about random stuff. Because like I said earlier, we're just talking. Whatever. And, basically, she talks about her issues about, like, oh, my family's toxic. They want me to, come back to Indiana. Or force me to come back to Indiana. Obviously, I'm grown. I'm grown. I don't want... I can't let them force me to do this no more. And obviously... And of course I'm like, just tell them no. Like, just tell them no. Because at the end of the day, you need to live your life. That's basically what I'm telling them. Like, listen, you need to live your life. That's that. And, I'm talking about my issues. Like, oh, my mom and my dad and, the divorce. Something that she's dealing with. She's dealing with, I don't want to, get into details with that. But, yeah. So we're talking about the issues. And what do we do? What do you do when you get away from your issues, to get away from your problems, and, to basically just get away from what you're going through, whatever? Go hang out at the mall. We go hang out at the mall, live it up, be risk takers and all that shit, right? So, I'm like, look, we should go out. We might as well just go out. I feel like going out. I feel like going out at this point, So, she gets Uber. She calls the Uber, gets her card, and all this stuff. We go in, and blah, blah, we hanging out at the mall. Or going to the mall is what I'm saying. And mind you, when we're in the Uber, y'all, the Uber is so awkward, okay? The Uber is so awkward. Like, this whole time we're in the Uber, we're just sitting there like this. See, exactly like that, Like it was so awkward. You know, it was like no conversation, no anything like that. Like being in an Uber drive was so awkward. Okay, it was so awkward. So we get to the mall of Georgia. He's like, hope you. There's your stop, and he's like, we're like, thank you, all this other stuff, right? So then we know you went to the mall, ate food, had fun. Uh, Look at what movies are coming out this year. Um, Basically bought some stuff. Actually, I'm surprised I actually, bought some stuff actually, because I actually bought some like products that this lady, she was like, having us try out, and I'm like, all right, cool, this product seems, interesting, and bought it, which I was surprised I even bought it, because I usually don't even buy stuff at the mall, anyways, so you know that's a shocker for me. Um, but yeah, we bought some stuff, and then I went to the restroom, and that's basically on that. So basically, here's the thing. Back to the tattoo. Here's the thing. I was looking through it, and mind you, the tattoo is expensive. It costs like hundreds of dollars just to get something drawn on your body. Like, what? Now, if you get a smaller one, it costs like $50, which is, not too bad. But, you know. But I'm like, you know what? This is too expensive. I ain't getting none of that. And that's what I was telling, Nye. And mind you, this was like almost her birthday or whatever. So we bought her a cake and we're like, oh, happy birthday, whatever, whatever. Which isn't her birthday yet. It wasn't her actual birthday, but like happy early birthday, whatever. Go to the mall. I'm like, we'll take her out of the restaurant, Smoky Bones, which was a restaurant in Mall, Georgia. So we eating there, we're just chilling, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, best early birthday present ever. Am I right? She's like, oh, well, thank you. She felt so flattered. Felt so flattered. Taking her out. Listen, being the best brother, no matter what. Taking her out to eat, whatever, whatever. And, on FaceTime and Drew, blah, blah, whatever, whatever. That's that. We just had a good time hanging out, whatever. And basically, and, we're just talking as usual. Because, we usually talk. Which, hanging out the mall is no big deal. Because, we always hang out at the mall. Me and my close friends and fam, we always hang out at the mall. So, it's not really anything new. You know what I mean? That's like our hangout area. But, anyway. So, we're just talking. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, you need to just get out more. And that was what I was referring to when she was like, look, they're forcing me to do this. I'm like, nah, you need to just live your life, okay? Listen, fuck them, fuck their toxicity, fuck what they believe, alright? Listen, it's time that you need to live your life, alright? You need to live your life, and you need to just move somewhere that makes you happy, apparently. You feel me? That's what I was telling her. I'm like, listen, you need to stop. Listen, what if you just not be too innocent and just try to live your life? Because, mind you, my sister has anxiety. So, I'm like, maybe anxiety is kicking in. She's like, no. I might get anxiety at times, but, it's fine, whatever. And basically, we were just talking about how, people just take risks because they just do it. Or for a reason, not just to look cool or nothing, And, of course, I told her the tattoo was based on to represent my mom. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. And I was thinking something like, I love you, Mom, or something like that. She's like, you could get something like that. And she thought about that a butterfly tattoo. Which, well, no, I thought of that. But, anyways. So, moving on. We ate, had fun, and my mom picked us up and we got on, whatever. And mind you, I thought about these homemade tattoos, basically. So, I went home, got the products, which I looked this up online. Yeah, so I do it. I tried, many tries. It didn't turn out good until it turned out the right way. I'm like, oh wow, that's beautiful. Um, yeah. Hey. So this is the picture of the homemade tattoo that I managed to look real. Yep. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Yep, you can just stare at it for like 5 seconds. Alright. Showed it to my sister and I first. She was shocked, like, wait, what? But then I told her it was homemade. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I showed it to my friends. You know, I showed it to Seth, I showed it to Drew. They're like, oh wow, really? You got a tattoo? I'm like, it's homemade. I'm like, oh, whatever. Then I showed it to my mom. You know, I showed it to, you know, everybody pretty much. And basically, and this is where, you know, the story ends pretty much. So, how many minutes is this? Y'all, it's 18 minutes. Let me hurry up. So, boom. I showed it to my mom, pretty much, basically. And she's like, wait, what? And I'm like, it's homemade. And I explained to her, look, the tattoo was something for you. I want to get one for you, basically. And, you know, she felt fly. She was like, oh, well, you know, thank you, I guess. And, you know, that was pretty much on that, you know. That was pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of the story. She was flattered. Basically, I told everyone that it's a maybe situation. You know, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. And my sister, she basically didn't see the guy from the hotel. Which, also, by the way, he did hit her up, basically saying, oh, so when you coming back to Georgia? My sister like, for real? Why couldn't you come see me when I was here? Why couldn't you see me when, you know, I'm finna leave in a couple of, you know, days or whatever? But, you know, that's that. And, that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, also, I texted her. I forgot to mention the story. I texted her basically saying the rapper, we call him Chuck, okay? He came to saw me again. And that made me have butterflies in my stomach. I'm like, oh, wow, he came to see me again, whatever, whatever. And, you know, I was talking about it with my friends and all that stuff. And, yeah. But, yeah. Like I said, that just wraps up the story, you know? Like, but, I mean, yeah. I mean, either way, I'll get one. Maybe, maybe not. You'll never know. But, you know what? That's pretty much it. I know this wasn't really too much of the story, you know. This, I know this wasn't, this, see, I can't, why I can't talk, what's wrong with me, bro? But, yeah. I know this story time wasn't really much, you know. Like, there was some juicy parts here and there. There was some juicy parts.